Cruise news time, and just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water, boom! Royal Caribbean hits you with a shocker. We also have lawmakers in New York City targeting the cruise lines, hoping to slap some new regulations on them. I don't like that. And talking about the slapping stuff around, like okay, I don't know. I'm trying to get to Shaquille O'Neil. He was a rebounder. He would block shots. Shaquille O'Neil, how would you like him to partake in your nuptials? It was reality for several thousand people yesterday. Yes, this plus an interesting take on cruise fears. I think maybe the biggest cruise fear that I hadn't thought about was revealed to me in the comments. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face on a Thursday the 15th of February, 2024. And Royal Caribbean, look, yesterday we had the big announcement from Carnival Cruise Line saying we will build another XL class cruise ship. We don't know what the name of that's going to be. It's going to be in 2027. And well, Royal Caribbean said, hold my beer. I got one for you. They are going to have another Oasis class cruise ship. I thought it was done. We've got the Icon of the Seas coming. We got the Stars of the Seas. I thought that the Utopia of the Seas, the next Oasis class cruise ship, number 6 in the class, would be the last one. Well, nope. Royal Caribbean President and CEO Michael Bailey saying, we're going to do another one. We're going to do number 7, partnering again with Fincantieri Shipyard to build the world's 7th Oasis class cruise ship. I feel like this is a little different. I don't know a lot of other examples of once a new class of cruise ship has come out where the cruise line continues to build in a previous class. I'm sure maybe it's happened, but I really just thought that once the Icon class came on the scene and started churning out cruise ships, that would be it for the Oasis class. But nope, they are going to get lucky number 7. I'm excited about this. I don't know what we should name it. We did that exercise with Carnival yesterday. Utopia of the Seas coming out this year. The next Icon class, the Star of the Seas, coming out next year. Then there's a 3rd Icon class coming, and now a 7th Oasis class cruise ship. Royal, it doesn't seem like there's any signs of slowing. Yeah. How about that? Cruise news story number 2. We got another local city government taking shots at cruise ships. This time it's the folks in New York City. They're upset because of pollution, and they're upset because of traffic congestion and all of those things, all the pollution, all the traffic congestion. Obviously, it's the fault of the cruise ships. So they're trying to pass a bill. It's called Our Air, Our Water Act. Our air and our water. It's our air and it's our water, and cruise ships need to do right. I could just hear the vitriol coming out of this. But here's the goal. The goal is to pass regulations that require all cruise ships that are cruising in New York, that area, to use shore power. And not every cruise line is ready for shore power, but a lot are. So they want a requirement that says if you want to play in our water, that you're going to have to use shore power. And number 2, you're going to have to work on traffic mitigation. Can you believe this? They're asking the cruise lines to solve the traffic problem in New York, in Brooklyn, in Manhattan. Okay, look, I try not to get political, but it gets frustrating sometimes where there's always a boogeyman around every corner, regardless of what side of the aisle that you're on. You got to find somebody that's the enemy. You got to stick it to them. You know what? This is just going to suck for cruisers, because if this regulation passes, when you see more government regulation laid on top of an industry, I'm not saying it's not always necessary, but when it is, that usually means higher prices for the consumer. So yeah, I like cruising out of New York. I don't want the cost anymore. But yeah, I guess let's see what happens. They're trying to get this thing on the docket or passed or worked through today, Thursday. And I'll keep an eye out for it. It's the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Shout out Ludacris. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about let's talk about this. I made a video a few days ago talking about things that people are afraid of when it comes to cruising. And I asked in the comments of that video, what are some of the things that you are afraid of that maybe I'd left off the list? And the first one that was obviously glaring, or the one that was obviously glaring, was seasickness. I left that off the list. Seasickness, a lot of people commented that. And then also another one that I left off that people commented is missing the ship, like coming back late to the ship, missing the ship. Those are very valid fears. I tell you what, for new cruisers, I think that seasickness is the tipping point. If you go on a cruise and you get seasick, I think your desire to go on another cruise probably diminished. But yeah, missing the ship doesn't happen frequently. Seasickness probably happens more than we think. But this is my favorite comment from the other day, and it really is probably the biggest cruise fear. Kudos to Randy Cornelius, 8955, I think, with the comment of the day. Here's one for you, Tony. Your ex-wife on the same ship as you and your new wife. Yep. That's valid. That would be fearful. Yeah. What do you think? Is that a nightmare scenario for any of you out there? It is for me. Randy Cornelius with numbers behind your name. Great comment. Thank you for participating in the show. Now, we got to talk about this interesting intersection between Carnival Cruise Line and Shaquille O'Neil and people that are committed to each other. I got to tell you about that. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. A big thank you in advance. Okay, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and Carnival apparently on Valentine's Day offers a virtual vow renewal, and this is done on their cruise ships through the TV on the big screen on the Lido deck. And guess who officiated yesterday and the year before's vow renewal? Well, I already spoiled it, I guess. Shaquille O'Neil. Could you imagine that? Reclaiming your love, reaffirming your nuptials under the shadow of Big Diesel. I don't know what the count was for yesterday, but last year, 1,220 couples took place in either a wedding or a vow renewal on Carnival cruise ships on Valentine's Day. And yeah, look, it sounds like a good time. If you're cruising on Valentine's Day, maybe you're doing it for a romantic reason. I don't know how I feel about vow renewal. Like, isn't once enough? Maybe I'm just not romantic enough. Let me ask you, have you ever renewed your vows? Did it bring you closer as a couple? Did it reaffirm the love that you had? Was it a good catalyst for, stuff? I don't know. Yeah, I would love to hear your feedback. Leave a comment below. Boom. That is your cruise news. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. You can show your support by hitting the like button. This is Tony for Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news. Cruise news. Cruise news. It's over.